Alright, boys and girls, welcome back to the drive-thru. Happy Positive Wednesday, everybody. First bell, let's hear it. Yeah, okay. Alright, hey, I haven't even looked at this one yet, because I want to show you how I would do this if I was on the test. So I do not know how to do this question, okay? Alright, so we're given that it's a trapezoid, and that VR and TS are the legs, and it's an isosceles trapezoid. So I'm going to be able to say that those are congruent by definition of isosceles. I'm trying to prove that ARS is isosceles, okay? Well, I know that one trait of isosceles trapezoids is that base angles are what? Base angles. How can angles be parallel? Base angles are congruent. So I'm going to be able to say that, right? And then RS is congruent to itself. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to say that this triangle is congruent to this triangle. And I remember a test, chapter 4, there was a proof on it, and it was exactly like this. Okay? And the key to proving that ARS was a isosceles triangle, we'd like to prove that AR is congruent to AS, wouldn't we? But if we couldn't do that, what would be the next choice we would use to prove that that was an isosceles triangle? I'd like to prove that this little angle is congruent to that little angle. And hopefully you've done enough of these that you understand that those are those angles right there. So now I got a plan. Prove that triangle VRS is congruent to triangle TSR by what? Side angle side. And then use CP-CTC to say that angle ARS is ASR. And then if angles then sides, definition of isosceles trapezoid. That's how I think you should do these on the test. And now I just got to write it down. Okay? So here we go. I'm squiggling my givens because I can. And this video is long enough as it is. Okay, VR is congruent to TS. Tell me if I skip any steps. By definition of isosceles trapezoid. Okay? And now I'm going to say that RS is congruent to RS by reflexive. And I'm going to say that angle VRS is congruent to angle TSR. And that's going to be if isosceles trapezoid, then base angles congruent. I don't know if you've ever written a reason that way, but for some of these reasons, if time is tight, you just got to kind of get creative and hope that I'm in a good mood when I'm grading your proofs. Okay? So now I think I've got enough to say that triangle VRS is congruent to triangle TSR by side angle side. And now I can say that angle VSR, I'm just making sure I have it written down in the right order so I can use CTC. It should be congruent to angle TRS, which it is. And now I'll say that AR is congruent to AS by if angles are congruent in a triangle, then sides are congruent in a triangle. Okay? And now I've got triangle ARS is isosceles. And my reason is definition of isosceles. Boom!